Parents don't earn the love of their children. They place the love for them, being the parent, in their children through continuous habits. It's kind of narcissistic, if you will. When you're a baby, I love you. Tell me you love me. I love you. And it becomes a force of habit.
It's like my little human. You gonna do
my little human, my little human. Tell me you love me today. You know what I'm saying? And now, that's why we don't think about it. Just imagine. This is going to be some funny shit. You go to, let's just, Horseman Elementary School. Horseman is a noted educator in decades past, right? Here we go. You go to Horseman Elementary School, and you go into Miss Johnson's class. It's the first day, so let's play. We're going to role play. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say fuck Miss Johnson, but I'm going to be Mr. Johnson, right? And y'all my students, so we're going to play. And when I come, y'all just do call and response like little kids. Here we go. Good morning, class.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson.
Tell me you love me. It's weird as fuck, ain't it? But here we go. Just imagine if you were preschoolers, right? And you're going to do what I say, right? Because you see me. He's an authority figure. He's a big person. So here we go. Let's just say I'm Mr. Johnson from preschool all the way through 8th grade.
Yeah.
And every year, even in those 900 hours, every year, I made you tell me you love me. Will you learn to love me? Every day. I've trained you to do what?
Love me.
Love me.
Yep.
So no matter what I do, will you ever really judge me?
Nope.
Will you ever really assess to see if I have taught you anything?
Nope.
Because I've taught you that no matter what, I've taught you to say what?
Oh, right.
That's my point. So now, from newborn to 18, you were taught to praise your parents. Just imagine if they never told you to tell them, I love you. Now, you would actually have to learn that love is by action, not by position. What have you done for me to teach me, to show me what love is? Makes sense, don't it?
It does.
Some deep shit right there.
You know? And so, I don't want to make my children love me. I want to earn their love. Because think about it. It's going to come natural. If I'm teaching you shit and you're learning and you are going back home and you are evaluating and you are applying it to life's situations as it comes to you, and the lesson that I taught you that you applied in that situation, it saved you. Don't you like that instructor even more? Because they gave you a tool that you could use, and when you used it, it worked. And when it worked, that reinforced the value of the person who taught you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Outcomes. What are my outcomes? I teach you the skill of firearms and tell you in the beginning, 16 hours ain't enough. Because I don't want you to be gassed up and think that at the end of this class, you're going to go out there and you're going to be motherfucking ready. Hell no, you're going to get your ass killed. Don't do that shit. No, you're going to need more training. You're going to need more sessions. And I'm not going to pump your head up and say, come get some advanced training. Ain't shit advanced about this. We just going to do reps. We going to do reps. We going to do reps. We going to call it sessions. We going to do reps. We going to do reps. Why are we going to do reps? Because I'm building the brain and the body to do things instinctually so that when it's time to operate, it's instinctive. And then, God forbid, should you ever find yourself in that situation, and then when you pop, 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 and then you calm down, and then you get debriefed by the police or whomever, and then you learn what the fuck not to say so you don't get yourself and snitch on yourself, right? Even though you did what you were supposed to do legally, you don't snitch on yourself, which is what we're going to touch in a minute, right? Then when you make it out of that situation, if you make it out of that situation without getting charged, or even if you get charged and you're found not guilty, shit can happen. We're going to go down that area too. Then guess who you're going to think about? The person who gave you those skills and taught you to do what you needed to do in that situation to survive. When you survive, if you get arrested, if you get found not guilty, who are you going to think about those skills that you were taught? Who taught you those? Does that make sense? Yeah, that's rhetorical. Yeah, for sure. Right? Damn. That shit, Mike, or that shit, Dad, that shit, Mom, that shit they taught me, it worked. And here's this. They didn't even have to be around to protect me. They gave me the tools for me to do for my, damn, I love my mom. Damn, I love my dad. Man, Instructor Mike, you cool, man. That shit really worked, bro. That shit really worked. And guess what I'm going to say? It worked because you worked it. You put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. You know what I'm saying? It worked because you worked it. The Reverend Dr. Johnny Coleman from Christ Universal Temple. That's one of the things that I will always, it'll work if you work it. You worked it. I just gave you the seed. You worked that shit. And you stayed consistent with it. You worked it. I was just the vessel used by a higher power to impart within you from what I've learned. You stayed consistent and you worked it, and it worked for you. Sometimes it don't always work. Sometimes you can survive and still get your ass killed. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's survive in one area and get killed in the other. But guess what? You were willing to still work it. You worked it. And that's how you develop an affinity for that person. Because they impart with you. And they don't care about you. I'm pissed. Good. Get your ass over here. Let's go. It's got to be transactional, reciprocal, and beneficial before it becomes emotional. I've got to be willing to teach my students. I've got to have something to teach first. I've got to be able to see the reciprocity in it. I give to you, now you give to me. And it's got to be beneficial because I got to know that your outcomes will be beneficial to your survival before I ever feel like I've done a great job. Makes sense, right? We're going to go some old school shit, right? Milton Brunson and the Thompson, I'm 40 years old, whatever. Milton Brunson and the Thompson Community Singers. I don't know how Sunday morning is in your house, but there's a song, Lord, I'm available to you. Now I'm giving back to you all the tools you gave to me, hands, feet, voice, and eyes, so you can use them as you please. I'm giving back to you what you get. That's the essence of teaching. I'm giving it to you. Now you give it back to me so I know you know. And I know it's going to be beneficial because when it's time for you to operate in that space, you're going to be instinctively empowered to act. You don't need to think about it because the time for thinking was when I was teaching you. Now it's not the time for thinking. It's the time for acting. Now act and get off that X. Make that video go viral, bitch. It could be the last one, the last thing you may ever do. But they need to see that you fought on Custer's last stand to the last drop, that you were able to push. But I got to see if you're willing to fail. And you've got to believe that you can fail with me without me negatively judging you. And that's the very essence of teaching. That if more of our young boys would be allowed to do that, we could have more scientists, we could have more lawyers, we could have more doctors, fuck it, we could even have the best of rappers, whatever, right? Kanye West gets called, you a crazy motherfucker. But I remember Stephen Hawking saying this. The one thing about crazy motherfuckers is that to dumb people, crazy motherfuckers sound stupid. To dumb people. But to other people who could think like Kanye, Kanye sounds like a genius. He may look like he's doing some crazy shit, but he knows what he's doing. Ain't that some shit? Mm-hmm.
He a media
Saying
man.
he crazy, but he a multi.
They say he crazy, but every publicity stunt he did gave him more money.
Chess moves.
It's the damn eyebrows.
You
He
can't-
sold out the damn stadium.
Yeah,
Like that.
Dude, in his hometown,
Literally. Lived there.
he sold out Soldier Field.
They don't even do that for football games.
Right? He sold out Soldier Field in his hometown for a performance that people was like, man, that performance wasn't even. It was alright. It wasn't like.
Pay for it though.
Yeah, but you paid for it,
Pay for that.
bruh. You paid to go. Y'all talked all that shit about him during Trump, doing all this shit,
All that.
and despite all that, money. And then Kanye was able to hire people in the community, and they got money too. So he helping others get money while he getting money. But who the dummy?
The dumb motherfucker.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm just saying.